What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on these analysis. We're going to be looking at SOXL today. We're going to be going over the charts, looking at different indicators, and seeing what's going on with SOXL. This thing has been absolutely ripping to the upside. As you can see, we were talking about buying this thing down in the $11 and $9 region. If you go check out our older videos on SOXL, we were buying down here. What a great opportunity that was. Hopefully you guys were able to follow along. I know the channel was a lot smaller, so maybe a lot of you guys didn't get to see the video. But yeah, we were down here, I think in the 9s, if I'm not mistaken. So you're talking about if you were buying down there, you made 200% already. I mean, absolutely melting to the upside. I don't know where we're going to slow down at, but I still think we could potentially push up higher. If you look at SMCI, NVDA, TSMC, these companies are absolutely ripping to the upside. So it's been taking SOXX, which is the underlying ETF, been ripping upward, and so is SOXL, because this is the 3X version of SOXX. So it's been looking pretty good. I mean, I'm going to look at the moving averages and stuff here, although it's more important on SOXX, but I will be going over that in this video as well. At least on this chart here, we're running into our 50 and potentially our 20. So maybe we'll find some resistance. Maybe we won't. Like I said, it's still leverage version, so it might not be as important. And on the weekly, we absolutely just pushed all the way through our 20, our 50, and now we're meeting resistance at the 200. And here on the daily, we're actually holding above the 20 and the 200, and we're actually getting a push back above. So let's see the last time we got a 20 pushing above the 200. We're going to look here on the daily. Last time we got that, we were sitting at around 23 bucks, and then we ran up to $65. So we could potentially be seeing a nice aggressive move to the upside, like we've already been seeing on SOXL. Semiconductors are pretty volatile in nature, so the ETF on leverage is, of course, going to be aggressive. Not financial advice for purchasing these products because, like I said, they are aggressive, and you have to be able to stomach volatility. And these ETFs, when you're holding them, you want to hold them for 3 to 6 years, maybe 7 years of dollar cost averaging. So if you do get a downturn, you can sell out once you get back to the top and so on. But also another guideline that I like to use for these instruments is, like, if I'm in it for about 3 years and I get 2 or 3 consecutive years of just absolute ripping to the upside, I'll usually sell at that point. I'm not going to hold it until I get a downturn. If you get lucky enough to have 3 solid years with one of these ETFs, you might want to at least trim profits before it pulls back on you, because the pullbacks are very aggressive. As you can see here, the upside is aggressive, but so is the downside. So we can look at this one here and see that you pushed down 91%. This last one was almost 90%. And this one here was 83% or 84%. But of course, to the upside, you can see from the bottom, you can push up 10x. From the bottom here, you can push up 20x. So what if we were to 10x from here? That would take you to about 80 bucks, which means that you could still pretty much get another 200% from where we're currently at. If you look at that, you can see up to, roughly around that ballpark. This thing could absolutely rip, like I said. We'll see where it takes us. I'm going to look on that regular ETF so we can see this. We had this drawn out last time. We were saying that we were riding up this trend line, looking very well. We got a nice bounce off this key level of support. It also lined up with a golden zone. You can see that there. We bounced right off the 0.5 to the 618, a key level of retracement to continue the price to the upside, and we absolutely ripped off of that. Like I said, hopefully you guys were buying SOXL when it was down at $9. If you didn't, it's okay. We'll still catch another move eventually. We did have this downward sloping trend line drawn out for some time, and you can see we rejected off of it here, broke through. We didn't even get a retest. So that is a little scary. You don't like to see something just break straight through without a retest. But let's check out on the weekly if we got a retest. We didn't get a retest on the weekly. What about the daily? We didn't even get a retest on the daily. This thing just absolutely ripped to the upside. But that's okay. The trend is incredibly bullish right now. We might be able to explode even higher if we do surpass that wick at 265. That could spark an additional rally to the upside. And when we take a look here on the 20-month SMA, a very, very strong level, you can see we're holding well above that. And that's a key level for a continuation of the upside for the bull trend. And on the weekly, you can see that we have our 20 pushing up towards our 50. So we might get that cross, which could actually ignite another rally as well. Last time we saw the 20 break above the 50 was over here at $129. And we made it all the way up to about 260 bucks or so. When we look at the weekly RSI, you can see that we're sitting at around 65.44. Last time we made it to overbought territory, it was short-lived and we got a double top and we fell off, or an inverse head and shoulders, however you like to see it. And the time before, we also got a head and shoulders as well and pushed to the downside. Let's see if we can actually push to the upside and actually hold that for an extended move. We haven't really seen an extended move in overbought territory for some time. Last time we had one was over here and over here, and it seems like they all end up being double tops or head and shoulders. So the last real extended move that we had was in 2017. So let's see if we can actually get a move that holds above 70 for a long time. If not, then that should be your idea that, hey, once we get to 70, we might be seeing some kind of retracement to the downside, at least temporarily, before continuing the move up. So be aware of that. On the daily, we are holding pretty well. Higher highs and higher lows, and it's kind of just been chugging along. You can see we are kind of coiling. It looks like a major bull flag being formed, or bull pennant. Let's see if we can break that at 74.8 and have a nice extended move to the upside on the daily. On the weekly MACD, we're looking very nice as we felt extremely bearish. We had a lot of volume to the downside, and we were holding pretty bearish from July 2024 all the way to April 2024, even the beginning of May. And then we got the green flip with a lot of volume to the upside. And now we see the blue moving average holding well above our orange moving average, back in bullish territory with the momentum slowly increasing. Here on the daily, we're just kind of like creeping upward. We're not really doing too much at the moment. We do have slight divergence. As you can see, we are holding an upward trend right there. It's very, very short-lived, like I said, on the daily. And it is showing a little bit of weakness here. Not anything major, but that is divergence, as you can see. You have price going upward, but the momentum and volume dwindling down, which could be an early indicator and sign that price could potentially be looking for some kind of cool-off period to trend downward before actually recovering and pushing back upward. So keep that in mind and keep an eye out on this divergence here on the MACD daily for SOXX, which of course is important for SOXL. And when you pull a fib on a larger scale from here all the way to the top here, you can see that we bounced perfectly off the 0.5 and absolutely ripped to the upside. So this thing is looking incredibly bullish right now. There's not too many negative things to say about it besides it being a little bit overbought with a little bit of divergence on the MACD for the daily, but it is looking very, very bullish right now. And it looks like the trend is just continuing, and it looks like we're just ready to break just how we did here. It looks like it's ready to break the all-time highs, potentially retest and push up higher. I could see that same scenario playing out again here, where we push up here, get our close, retest, and push up higher. That's pretty much all I have for you guys here on SOXL and SOXX. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, drop a comment for me. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.